This is how to edit your YouTube videos to always go viral. You always watch big creators and start wondering, how can I even create such content? Trust no more because I've got you.
Homie.
All those crazy animations, subtitles, sound effects and transitions you see, we are creating them today. After watching this video, you will be ready to make your first viral video. Just make sure to stick to the end because you, my friend, don't know when the great secret might be revealed. Without any further ado, the first step, organization. But then, what is organization? It is simply putting all your files in order for easy identification. The most viral YouTubers don't skip this part because it is very essential to editing a viral video for YouTube. How is it done anyway? A very simple thing to do. Create a folder for each group of files you have. For instance, a folder named music would contain all music files. Just drag and drop them into their respective folders. But for a killer video that will break the YouTube algorithm, you have to make sure you've got all the spices in there. So make sure you've got some crazy B-rolls that will interpret every single part of your video accurately. Some funny memes that will keep your viewers active.
I got you, homie.
Some popular sound effects such as, you see the vibe, bro? So get that all and you're ready for the next step. But where can you get all those? Just search the web or use any of the paid websites for more ease of finding what you need. One common website is storyblocks.com. Now that we are done organizing our amazing files, let's move on to the next step, which is important. It is time to send all your organized files into your editor. A very easy thing to do. Just launch your editor, select all the folders and drag them into your editor's bin, just so you don't have to leave your editor every single time. The next thing to do is to trim your main clips or voiceovers. The goal is to get rid of all the unwanted parts of the clip, and it is 100% essential for a viral video. This is how to trim your main clips or voiceovers. Drag all your main clips onto the timeline. While watching, when you identify any part that needs to be trimmed, pause and move your mouse pointer to the end of that clip. Once you see these two, click and hold the left mouse button and drag it all the way to the point where it needs to be trimmed. In some cases, you might need to cut out some unwanted spaces in the clip. Select the razor tool and move it to where the cut is supposed to start. Left click to make a cut. Do the same to the other side and delete the cutout part. Repeat the same process for all the clips in your timeline. Now it is a good time to arrange your clips in order as planned. This is when the most important viral edits comes in. You might have guessed right. It is time to add our overlays. Overlays are actually every clip on top of our main clip. It includes B-rolls, which is also the same as the stock footages, subtitles, memes, and even subscribe, comment, and like button. The subscribe button most of the time comes with a green screen. This is how to get rid of it. First, go to the effect panel and search for the Ultra Key effect. Drag and drop it onto the layer. Now move to the effect controls and grab the little pipette beside the key color. Click the background and voila, the green screen is gone. For a viral video that will break the YouTube algorithm, I suggest that the subscribe button is always placed at the end of the video and it should be kept 6 seconds long so that the viewer will always have more time to subscribe, like, or comment. Aside that, one major function of the overlays is to tell a better story. What do I mean by that? Let's say when your main clip or voiceover says Tom slapped Anna, you have to make sure your overlay is actually showing Tom slapping Anna as I just did. The takeaway from this is always show, don't tell only. That way, your viewer is always engaged. So make use of your B-rolls. Keep in mind, the overlays should always show visually what the voiceover or the main clip is telling. Another thing to note for a viral video is that the pacing should be fast. The most viral creators always apply this strategy because it requires viewers' attention. So keep a maximum of 2 to 3 seconds between each cut. With that out of the way, let's look at how to add overlays. It is very simple. All you have to do is to double click on the stock footage, meme, or anything you want to show and it will appear in the source monitor. Press I to select the in point and O for the out point of the part of the clip you want to show. Remember, it should be 2 to 3 seconds long. Drag it onto the timeline and position it. While covering the main clip with a B-roll, you can reveal it for the same 2 to 3 seconds. All you have to do is to leave spaces between two B-rolls. If you don't record your videos, then it means you are building the whole story with only the B-rolls. Now let's look at how to add subtitles. It is also very simple to do. Grab the type tool and type your text. Now open the essential graphics panel and you can customize your subtitle. Position it to where you want and let's animate it to review. There are a lot of animations to choose from. We are going to take a look at one of the most popular, the zoom animation. To do this, let's move straight into the effect panel. Search for the transform effect and drag it onto the text layer. Now let's move straight into the set controls, and under the transform effect, click on the anchor point. These two crosses will appear. Try aligning them in the middle of the text. Just allow it to move upwards. Now grab the other cross and align it with the one below. As you can see, it brings back the text to its position. Click on the stopwatch beside the scale and decrease the value to 0. Press the right arrow key 3 times to move 3 frames forward and just change the value to 100 to reveal the text. You can see we already have this result. To make the animation even smoother, right click on the left keyframe and select ease in. Let's see the results. Amazing. Keep in mind, there are a lot of presets you can use to achieve nice results in less time. Just make a research of the presets you want and start using them. Anytime you need this animation on another text, just duplicate this text layer and change the text, and voila, you have it. We are almost done with our viral video, but the last 3 simple steps can make or break our video, so stick true. Now it is time to add some visual effect to make our videos interesting and a little bit easy to watch. There are a lot of them, but we are going to learn this tool as it is what most viral creators use: the zoom in and the vignette effect. Let's start with the zoom in effect. There are 2 variations of this. We have the slow zoom in, which is normally used on the main clip. To do that, just make a keyframe for scale at the start of the particular clip and maintain the scale number. Now move to the end of that same clip and increase the scale to a considerable amount. And now we have this slow zoom in. The fast zoom in is used to draw viewers' attention to an important message. For example, to create this, we are going to make a keyframe for scale where we want to start the effect. Move forward a few frames and scale it up to a considerable amount, and there we go. Now the vignette effect. This is used to focus the viewer on a particular portion of the screen, like so. It is very essential to making your videos more easy to watch. Click on this icon right at the bottom of the bin and select color mode. Choose OK and make sure your selected color is black. You can also name it something like vignette effect. Now drag it onto the timeline and move straight. Yes, straight. Decrease the opacity to, let's say, 85 or however you want it, and select the ellipse mask under the opacity. Click invert, and this is what we have. Adjust the mask to look like so. And as you can see, we are almost there. The last thing left, of course, is to animate our mask to wherever we want. First, put the playhead at where the animation is supposed to start and make a keyframe by clicking on the stopwatch icon. Next, hold down shift while clicking on this button here twice to move 10 frames forward. Now click this button to make another keyframe. And our animation is done. You can repeat this process as many as you want, as long as you are using it at the right spot. We are slowly completing our viral video, guys. Now it is a good time to bring our video to life. You guessed right, sound effects time. Sound effects are very necessary when it comes to viral video. Use any big creator as an example. They always use sound effects in their videos, right? The most common sound effects are the whooshes and the impacts. This is how they sound like. Cool, right? They are keys to bringing our videos to life. There are several sound effects to use in your videos, but all comes down to your preference and the kind of sound your visual depicts. So get creative. For example, if I should use a typewriter effect to reveal my text, I would definitely add the typewriter sound effect in the background to make it more lively. Adding sound effect is very simple to do. All you need to do is double click on the sound effect in your bin. Now it is going to show up in the source monitor. This time we have to set our in point by pressing I and out point by pressing O. Drag it into the timeline and sync it to your visual effects. And that is it. Please make sure the sound effect is always in sync with your visual effect. Very important. Be very sure to add sound effects to all parts of your video that requires one. And don't forget to always use the right sound effect and make sure it is very well in sync at all instances. Always make sure to turn down the volume when it is too loud or it is interrupting your voiceover. Aside sound effects, always include music in your background to give the viewers emotion. Always make sure to use the right music as it can make or break your video. How do you find the right music? First, think about the emotion your video is likely to portray. Now check your music library to find one which is in line with your thoughts and drag it under your video. Darken and reduce the volume. Now play back the video to see if you have the right result. If not, take the same process again until you find the right music. Time for the last step, and then we talk about the secret. The last thing to do is to rewatch your video and make sure to cut out all the boring parts in it. What should stop you from cutting out all the dead parts of your video? One thing to keep in mind is viral videos should always be designed solely for the audience and not according to your preference. Bear with me, your videos will only go viral if your viewers really watch your video for a longer period of time. What do you do when you find a YouTube video boring? You browse and watch something else, right? If not, you wouldn't watch that creator anymore. So would your viewers. Now, you see why it is very important to cut out all the boring parts or dead parts of your YouTube videos. After making sure your video is perfect, you can show it to others and study them as they watch. Make any corrections if necessary. Finally, time for the secret. Secret number 1. Uploading quality content is the key to growing quicker on YouTube. So don't focus too much on creating massive number of contents. The fact that one quality video can outperform 10 average ones is real. Secret number 2. Subscribe to my channel for more secrets. See you.